Hold on to your seats because Robert De Niro just dropped a verbal bombshell on Donald Trump that's shaking the internet to its core. This wasn't a sly dig or some polished Hollywood quip. No, De Niro went all in, unleashing a savage, unfiltered takedown that hit Trump like a runaway train. And Trump's reaction? Exactly what you'd imagine. A furious, flailing meltdown that's lighting up screens everywhere. The sooner he's out of office, the better for all of us. He's an idiot. He's just done something unspeakable, De Niro declared, his words slicing through the noise like a blade. This is no ordinary clash. It's a full-on spectacle, and we're breaking down every jaw-dropping second. Forget your typical celebrity rant. This is a cultural earthquake. The moment De Niro's words hit the airwaves, they ignited a firestorm across social media, dominated headlines, and sent Trump's diehard fans into a frenzy of outrage. The insults, razor sharp. The comeback, a glorious mess. And the truth De Niro laid bare, that's the real gut punch that's got everyone talking. We're peeling back the layers of this epic showdown, the speech that started it all, the chaos it unleashed, and why it's the moment no one can look away from. But before we dive in, do us a solid, smash that like button and hit subscribe, because trust me, this roller coaster's just getting started. Picture the scene. De Niro strides up to the mic, exuding that signature New York grit. Sharp suit, steely gaze, a man who looks like he's seen it all and isn't here to play nice. The crowd hushes, expecting the usual Hollywood fluff, maybe a nod to his latest project or a safe, rehearsed thank you. But within seconds, it's clear this isn't that. This is a reckoning, a gloves-off moment that's been brewing for years. Do you think our democracy is at risk in this election? Someone asks. De Niro doesn't hesitate. I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course, but democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The air shifts, anticipation crackling like static. Then he goes for the kill. The guy's a monster. He is beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. The room explodes. Gasps ripple through the crowd. A few nervous laughs break the tension. Then a tidal wave of applause crashes in. Phones shoot up, cameras rolling because everyone knows this is about to break the internet. I'd like to punch him in the face, De Niro adds, his voice cold as steel but burning with fury. It's not just what he says, it's how he says it, every syllable dripping with disgust, frustration, and a raw, personal edge that hits like a thunderclap. The crowd split. Some cheer like it's a championship knockout. Others sit stunned, jaws on the floor. This isn't a PR stunt or a soundbite cooked up by a team of writers. This is De Niro, unscripted and unleashed, a man who's had enough and isn't afraid to let the world know. This guy should not be president, period, he says, doubling down as the applause swells. Outside, the storm's already brewing. Trump's supporters are gearing up for war, their keyboards primed for battle. By the time De Niro steps away, the clip's already racing across X, TikTok, and beyond, a spark about to ignite a digital inferno. Cue Trump, because you know he couldn't stay quiet. Probably pacing Mar-a-Lago. Steam practically pouring from his ears, he grabs his phone and lets loose on Truth Social. His big counterpunch? Low IQ Bobby. That's it. That's the best he's got. A tired, limp insult that wouldn't scare a middle schooler. But here's the delicious irony. Instead of snuffing out De Niro's fire, Trump's tantrum pours rocket fuel on it. He's a con artist, a fraud, a disaster, De Niro had said, and Trump's flailing response only amplifies the echo. News outlets pounce, running the story on loop, CNN, Fox, BBC, you name it. Social media turns into a circus. Memes, hot takes, and viral edits flood the feeds, making sure this moment doesn't just stick, it explodes. X is a war zone. MAGA loyalists are apoplectic, screaming, "I'm never watching another Robert De Niro movie again." as if they didn't just binge The Irishman last weekend. Boycott threats fly fast and furious, but it's like yelling at a brick wall. Meanwhile, Trump's critics are in heaven. De Niro just turned Trump into a punchline. One user tweets, racking up thousands of likes. Another drops a gem. Trump calls De Niro low IQ while misspelling ridiculous. The irony's thicker than his bronzer. Memes flood the timeline. De Niro's icy mobster stare from Goodfellas next to Trump's orange scowl, captioned, "One runs the streets, the other runs his mouth." It's a feeding frenzy, and the internet's eating it up. Late-night hosts jump in. Colbert, Kimmel, Myers, they're roasting Trump with glee, replaying De Niro's clip like it's the Super Bowl highlight reel. Even folks who don't touch politics are chiming in, because this isn't just a spat, it's a cultural flashpoint. He's been doing it, and it's scary, De Niro had warned, and now those words are everywhere. Plastered across screens, debated in group chats, dissected on podcasts. Trump's weak comeback doesn't bury the story. It supercharges it, proving De Niro's point with every unhinged keystroke. But De Niro's not stopping there. Asked if Trump would cling to power, he's unflinching. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you. The crowd hangs on every word, the weight of his conviction sinking in. Then he lands a knockout blow. He thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think gangsters in that world would think much of him. It's a line straight out of a De Niro flick, except this time the villain's real, and the stakes are higher than any movie set. Why does this hit so hard? Because De Niro's no outsider tossing pebbles from the sidelines. He's a New York legend, born and bred, who's watched Trump's act for decades, the shady deals, the bluster, the cons. He's a malignant narcissist. He's a socio-psychopath, De Niro says, his voice steady but searing. He's dangerous. We got to get rid of him. This isn't just a rant. It's a call to arms from a man who's lived it, seen it, and isn't afraid to name it. He's not some comedian fishing for laughs or a politician dodging landmines. He's Robert freaking De Niro, and when he talks, the world listens. Trump's scrambling now, and you know he's not done. Picture it. Next rally, he's up there, red-faced, ranting about washed-up Bobby D, mispronouncing half his lines while the crowd roars. His fans are already losing it, demanding Hollywood bend the knee. Boycott Goodfellas, they scream, ignoring that it's been a classic for over 3 decades. But De Niro, he's untouchable. We're in a very bad situation, he says, calm but piercing. It's all about truth, and what we have here is a denial of truth all over the place. He's not just throwing punches, he's laying out a roadmap, and Trump's floundering in the dust. This isn't the end. Oh, no. Trump's grudge game is Olympic level. He'll keep swinging, probably with more all-caps rants or a rally screed that'll make the headlines. His legal battles are piling up faster than plot twists in a De Niro thriller, and every meltdown just proves De Niro right. Meanwhile, the internet's a live wire. Memes keep dropping, debates keep raging, and this moment's cemented itself as a legend. He didn't tiptoe around, didn't sugarcoat a thing. We're left thinking. De Niro called Trump out. No hesitation, no filter. Just cold, hard truth delivered with the force of a cinematic titan. So what's next? Trump's not letting this die. He can't. De Niro's not backing off either. He won't. This is a clash of titans, and we're all ringside for the next round. If you're loving this chaos, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and stick with us, because this showdown's got more twists, more heat, and more knockout blows on the way. Let's keep the fire burning. See you in the comments.